Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan and we are back today with a reaction video, which is something that I have not done in quite some time. This has been one of my most highly requested people ever to react to. So today I'm going to be reacting to Do You Have an Attractive Face? The Only 6 Things That Matter by Hamza. I think that's how you pronounce it, Hamza. We'll find out. This is the first video of his that I am ever watching. I have not done any background research. I have not watched any other videos. This is the first one because I wanted my reaction to be authentic and see what I think about him. So let's get started.
Jeffrey is a black pillar. There's nothing you can do to improve your looks. It's all over. You're coping. It's over for you, curry cells.
Oh my god, he's on the wheat waffles. That is hilarious. Okay.
You just kill yourself. That's how black pillars actually talk. They tell young men who are feeling insecure to kill themselves if they don't have a certain height or characteristics of their face. Black pillars like Jeffrey hate to see you on self-improvement. They don't want to be proved wrong. Jeffrey will try to pull you back down into the bucket of the crabs. He doesn't want you to invalidate his excuses. For a long time, I thought I was ugly, and I genuinely thought that there was nothing I could do about it. I thought I was ugly simply because I was brown-skinned, and I had this belief that brown people were just unattractive, especially to the white women that I wanted. It was only until I adopted a positive thinking mindset when I started going to the gym and I realized that progress was possible. I started to convince myself that I could also progress my face. I did research and I found a bunch of things, and I found that there's only around 5 things that truly can change how attractive your face is, and it's worth implementing all of these. Here is a picture of what I used to look like when I was 18, and here is the pictures that I take now. Adonis has a warrior skull. What a fine specimen indeed. He looks phenomenal, with a jawline as sharp as the spear of Zeus, and the hunter eyes that would make black pillars proud. There's only 6 things that matter in terms of your facial attractiveness: low body fat, tongue posture, head posture, neck size, face exercises, and beard. And we're going to discuss exactly how to improve these. Oh, but Hamza, what about navel, canval, tint, and hunter? Oh, shut up, bro. Black pillars, man. We're not going to discuss things that you can't change because, at least to me, that's a complete waste of time. There's of course 100 different tiny bits of your face that make up the attractiveness, but thinking about something that you can't change is for losers. So let's go through in order of importance. Firstly, low body fat. This is obvious and common sense, but some guys still have too high of a body fat percentage. The ideal body fat that you should set the goal of is around 10 to 12%. This is when your abs are completely visible. You may even have some veins around your abs and your V-line, and you'll have a sharp jawline with no baggy skin underneath. One huge point that no one mentions in terms of low body fat is that to look even better at a low body fat percentage, you want to weigh more. You simply want your body weight to be as...
I want to stop it really quick because I've said this in so many videos before, is like, so many men think that they have a bad jawline. They think there's no hope. They think there's nothing they can do to make themselves look better, when in reality, sometimes a beautiful chiseled jawline is just hidden under some trips to the gym, some runs outside, and you just have to work out. It's really honestly a crazy concept, but even when I look back at older pictures of myself, like when I was studying abroad in Italy and I was eating a lot of pasta, my face was the shape of a basketball. Like, I did not have a nice jawline. So I think it's really important to note that there are things you can do and easy changes you can implement into your daily routine and life in general to make yourself more attractive that don't require, plastic surgery or anything crazy. And a lot of you guys would be shocked at how attractive you are under some bad habits.
As high as possible whilst also remaining lean. And the way to do that is to bulk up first and then cut to get leaner. This is what I looked like at 120 pounds and I was fairly lean, but you can see that my face didn't exactly look chiseled. Whereas when I put on a fair amount of muscle 2 to 3 years later, this is what I look like at 150 pounds. You can see a big difference in my jawline. The more that you weigh whilst being lean, the better that you'll look. Focus on increasing your body weight and then cutting. Tongue posture is very, very important, and it's something to be mindful of 24/7. Here is what people look like when they are mouth breathers, and here's what people look like when they breathe from their nose. I was a mouth breather for most of my adult life. My nose would always be stuffy, and I realized how to fix this. You simply need to breathe from your nose more. And you're probably thinking, wait, Hamza, you. You literally just said your nose is stuffy. Like, I can't breathe from my nose, so how do I breathe? However much you can breathe from your nose is generally how much you need to. So let's say if your nose is literally 85% blocked and you can just about barely breathe, it's almost like a meditation practice to breathe as much as you can without doing that that bullshit that most people do, which is to like force. Don't do that stupid bullshit. Just calmly breathe silently through your nose, and that's how much air you should be taking in. The reason why your nose is generally blocked, even though you'll believe that you've got allergies or any bullshit that you've been convinced by doctors, generally the reason why so many people's noses blocked is because they simply don't breathe from their nose because they breathe from their mouths. The more that you breathe from your nose, the more it'll open up, but you need to go through the trials and tribulations of breathing through your nose when you can hardly do so, and it's completely safe, and it's even healthier to do this. Simply breathe through your nose in a very silent, calm way and do a full exhale. Breathing from your nose will allow you to assume the correct tongue posture, which is when your mouth is closed, your tongue presses up against the top of your mouth, and you want to really focus on getting most of your tongue against the top of your mouth, not just the tip, but most of it. It takes some practice. I don't care what anyone says, this literally changes the shape of your skull. Once again, these are pictures of me when I ended puberty at around age 18, and 2 years later I still remember this blue picture in the gym when you can literally see that my face started to grow outwards in more of like a warrior skull shape. Head posture is very, very important, and
I want to touch on that really quick because I actually saw a doctor post a video about the posture of where you rest your tongue and how it changes the growth of your face. And people, like he said, who don't put their tongue on the roof of their mouth or breathe through their nose have underdeveloped chin bones and like jaw bones, and that's why their face looks sunken in and not projected as much. So something as simple as where you're putting your tongue in your mouth makes such a big difference. There's also something called mewing that you can do to practice that tongue movement. And when you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, it actually also gets rid of the like area underneath here. It makes it kind of go in. So like it's just crazy. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but when I've done it in the mirror before and I can tell the difference just by the posture of your tongue. There's something called mewing that you can do. And also if you are a mouth breather, a lot of the time people do this while they're sleeping. So they make these strips that you can get to put over your mouth. This is made for mouth breathers to force you to breathe through your nose, and it can really help the posture of where you keep your tongue, breathing through your nose, and not being a mouth breather while you're sleeping. I mean, think about when you're sleeping, that's 8 hours of you breathing through your mouth that you can't even do anything about because you're sleeping. So if you have that strip over your mouth and you can't physically breathe through your mouth, you're forced to breathe through your nose. And this can be great for developing this habit and making sure that you're not doing this while you're sleeping as well.
So overlooked in terms of facial attractiveness. Everyone, especially you, has some terrible head posture because of all the technology. Everyone's got like their neck up because we're always doing this shit, you know, to see our photo. Sometimes I'm in the gym and I literally see someone using their phone like this. Like a freak, bro. And you just see everyone like this. The simple way to improve your head posture, which improves your attractiveness, is simply just give yourself a double chin as a stretch. Hold it for 2 seconds. The more you do this, the more your neck will start going back, and you'll assume that good, confident, strong posture where your shoulders are back and neck is back that Jordan Peterson promotes. The size of your neck actually makes a big difference.
You guys, I am going to be very vulnerable with you right now and tell you something that happened to me. So I went to Miami and I was looking through photos, and in one of the photos, I looked like a hunchback, okay? I saw the photo and I gasped out loud because the way I was standing, just like the way my head was, I looked like I had a hunchback. I looked like one of those little old ladies that like is walking around. I love old ladies, but I don't want to look like one right now. I'm only 26. So I saw this photo and I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm always looking down at my phone because I do this for work. I'm always on social media. I'm looking down at my phone. I'm looking down at my computer. My head is always down like that. I've really been trying to be mindful of standing up straight, rolling my shoulders back, making sure that I don't look like a turtle poking out of its shell with my head like forward. And I bought this thing on Amazon. 1 second, I'm gonna go grab it and show you. This has changed my life, and you're probably thinking, Courtney, what the heck is that thing? I bought this on Amazon when I thought that I had a hunchback, and I do this every single day for 10 minutes. Obviously, consult with your doctor, figure out what works best for you. Do what you gotta do. I'm not responsible for your spine or your injuries, but basically you just lay on this and it goes to the natural curve of your neck, and it helps get rid of that like weird hunchback thing that happens from all of us looking down at our phones. So if you're someone who struggles with this and you need a little bit of extra help, this, game changer. I know I'm reacting to a video, this is very random, but that just reminded me of this and I wanted to show you really quickly. Okay, back to the video.
Difference in your face. You probably think, okay, we wanted to talk about facial face while you're talking about neck. Your neck is always visible, and in terms of muscle and size and testosterone and masculinity, oftentimes people subconsciously will see your neck size as the size of the man that you are. When you see someone with a thick neck, even if the rest of their body is cropped out, you automatically have some kind of respect for this guy and you wouldn't want to mess with him. But when you see a guy with a skinny neck and his body's cropped out, you think, yeah, I could, this is a skinny guy, it's no problem. We could show you the rest of his body and he could be massive, but you wouldn't have thought that if you only saw his neck. It's very important to train your neck with the rest of your body in the gym, as we've been doing. And the simplest way to increase your neck size is simply to do neck curls, where you just place a small weight on your forehead and just curl your neck like this when you're laying off a bench. The fifth thing you can do to improve...
That is true. It's also really nice for me to listen to videos from male creators sometimes, because as a woman, neck size is something that I just literally don't think about at all. I have never like gone out on a date with a guy or met up with a guy and been like, you have a skinny neck, ew, I don't like you. Like, that's so interesting to think about. But you do notice the difference when you put the side by side of like having a thicker neck does make you look a little bit more masculine or stronger, especially if you don't have the context of seeing the rest of someone's body. So that's really interesting and something that I'll probably notice a lot more now.
Improve your facial attractiveness is the face exercises, and these are generally kind of weird, and I'll be completely honest, I don't really do these that much, but there is one thing that I do heavily recommend, which is to chew harder foods. The shape of our skull and jaws are getting smaller because we're chewing very soft processed foods. Any food that's rough and hard like nuts is very helpful for training the muscles around the jawline. And you can also do a bunch of different facial exercises which look kind of weird. My friend Chris at First Man made a full video on the facial exercises, which I'll link below. And finally, the last thing that you can do is grow.
He's totally right about the facial exercises and the chewing the food. I even notice if I chew a lot of gum, my face gets wider. I actually have to get Botox in my masseter muscle because my TMJ is so bad. My jaw is so powerful. I have like a very prominent jawline when I don't have my Botox in my masseter because my masseter muscle is so big. So my Botox actually makes my face slimmer. If you look at my old videos, my face looks a lot wider because I had to get Botox for my TMJ. I didn't really have a choice unless I wanted to keep suffering with my TMJ. So if you're a guy out there and you have the opposite problem, whereas you want to make your face wider, maybe you have a slender face and you want to, enhance your masseter muscle, chewing, strong food and chewing gum can really help kind of enhance this masseter muscle and make your jawline look more pronounced.
Oh, and also shape your beard to improve your facial attractiveness. If you can't grow a beard just yet, and you feel like you should have the genetics to do so everyone in your family can grow a beard, even your mother, then it's just because you haven't actualized your masculinity yet. This is like bro science and everyone disagrees with me, but I'm 100% sure of this. If you are genetically capable of getting a beard, you will get it when you become more masculine, when you become more of a man and you take responsibility. Take more responsibility, look after more people, become a leader, and you'll see that your beard will grow faster than ever. If you've already got a beard, it's very important that you shape it in a certain way, which is to have the mustache and the chin longer than the cheek and the sidelines. A very important part of making your beard look good is shaping the underside of it. You want to...
No neck beards. No neck beards allowed. I said it, he said it. Let's proceed.
Trim up the beard to your jawline around the cheek here and have the beard come down about an inch near the chin, like this. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel.
Yes, he's absolutely right. I have seen before and after pictures of men who shape their facial hair versus like kind of let it go crazy or don't do anything with it. And it can drastically change the way that your face looks and make it look like you have totally different bone structure and facial shape. So if you have a beard or facial hair, definitely utilize it to your advantage and work with what you've got to sculpt it into something better. I, again, have seen so many before and afters of guys who have done this and they look like they have completely different faces and have totally transformed. Even sometimes to the point where it looks like they got plastic surgery because the difference is so drastic just by shaping your facial hair and cleaning things up in a different way. So absolutely correct, game changer. So that was the end of his video. I have to say, I really liked him. I like the fact that he is all about taking accountability and not just saying like, I'm ugly, throw in the towel, there's nothing I can do, because there are absolutely 100% things that you can do. And I think it's really important to know that and not just feel helpless or defeated thinking that you're ugly. If you put in the work and put in the effort and make some small changes, there are absolutely ways that you can make yourself more attractive, again, without doing anything crazy. You're not ugly, maybe you're just a little bit lazy, or you're not doing what you need to do to be the most attractive that you could be. I think a lot of people don't want to put in the effort, and that's why they aren't seeing the results that they want. You know, if you want to be attractive, you have to care, you have to show up for yourself, and you have to put in a little bit of effort. That's just the way that it is. I mean, there are a lot of things even I do on a daily basis, or a weekly, monthly basis to keep myself looking the way that I do. You know, I get my eyebrows done, I get my hair done, my roots need touched up right now. I actually have a hair appointment tomorrow because my roots look horrible, as you can see. So there are things that we all have to do. We all just require a little bit of upkeep and TLC sometimes, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be willing to put in the work and effort to get the results that you want. So just based off of this video, I really like this guy, and I will be watching more of his content. I think he would be a really great person for you guys to watch if you're trying to, you know, take some accountability and put in the work. His end screen literally says, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And I love a person like that. I don't like people who play the victim or point fingers at others for their own problems. That's something that I see a lot on YouTube and just the internet in general. So I always love a person who takes accountability and understands that you are in charge of your life and the decisions that you make, good or bad. So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. But anyway, I thought this guy was great, and I'm going to check out some more of his content. Thank you all for the recommendation. If you have other creators or content that you'd like me to react to, as always, feel free to leave them down in the comments or send them my way on Instagram, TikTok, whatever floats your boat. I'll try to get to it the best that I can. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.